Her favorite physical attribute about me. Well, since there's a camera on, she probably said my eyes.
I think his favorite attribute of me would be my hair. He always talks about like, oh yeah, your hair looks good. I know, thanks.
I met this beautiful young lady a week after I got home from my mission. I was playing on my phone, I just barely got Instagram. And I came across her profile. I was following people, and she was like on a requested, or
to follow.
Yeah, to follow.
Like the drop down.
The drop down, and I saw her, and I was like, oh. I looked at it. I saw that it was my good friend Viliami's little sister, and I kind of stalked her a little bit. I was seeing if there was any boyfriends in any of the pictures. And then I hung out with Viliami and Latu the next night. I was only home a few days, and I said, Viliami, your sister's pretty cute, dude. And he said, who, Kasaya? And I said, is her name Kasaya? I don't think, no. And then Latu was like, no, it's Nano. And I asked Viliami if it was cool if I got a sister's number and began to talk with her.
Yeah, and then one day he came upstairs and was like, hey Nano, I gave my friend of yours, a friend of mine your number. And I was like, what? And I was pissed. I was like, you just gave some kid I didn't even know my number? Like, how could you do that? And then I go downstairs and then I get this random text that's like, hey, what's up? Or like,
and I was so
hey,
I was
and he
so
didn't
weird.
say his own name. He was just like,
hey, how's it going?
Oh yeah, he's like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, is this Zach?
But you have to keep in mind, I had just been home like 5 days from a mission. I didn't talk to any girls without trying to give them a Book of Mormon for 2 years. First kiss.
It was our second date.
The day after our first date,
yeah.
My friends invited me to go on. They were together and they wanted me to go to a movie with them.
Yeah, and he didn't want a third wheel, so he was like,
so I was like, I'll just try.
Go. But he like didn't ask me to go to the movies. He's like, yeah, I don't want to go.
No.
Go with them. Yeah. I was like, I'll go with you then.
Like, yeah, what are you doing? And they're going to say Selfless. I was like, okay, I'll come pick you up. The whole movie, I was like wanting to hold her hand.
Yeah, we were like sitting like all awkward, and then I was just sitting there like, come on, hold my hand, hold my hand.
But she didn't say it.
Come on, hold
she
my hand.
She could have grabbed my hand.
I didn't say it, but I was like thinking, I was like,
she could have grabbed my hand.
Just hold my hand.
And then I didn't do like the whole. I was kind of like, oh, this is intense.
Yeah.
Like grabbed her.
And like got to intense part, and I was like,
it's like, oh, did you see that?
Already? Yeah.
So then we just watched the movie. And I was like still nervous, but I was happy at the same time. And I was like looking at my friends, kind of like, dude, 5 days, 5 days home, check it. And then after the movie, she held my hand in the car, and I was like, kind of like, oh, I really liked her. I liked her yesterday, but now it's like more and more every day. And I got out of the car, opened her door, and I gave her a hug goodnight. And then as I was leaving,
that kind of hug that like hug, looked at each other, and then
she like pulled me in.
Yeah.
And I kissed her, and I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, and I remember turning around and walking towards my door and I was like,
then I hurried and sprinted back to my car.
Oh my god! What is that?
Good night, Nano.
Okay, bye. Text me when you get home.
Who said I love you first? It wasn't Nano, it was me.
He texted me one day and he's like, I need to tell you something. And I knew he like wanted to tell me that he loved me. But I was like, okay, like, can you just tell me it through text?
But I didn't want to just text her that because I wanted it to actually have meaning. We hung out that day and I was still nervous. I was kind of avoiding it. Like, I'll do it tomorrow. And when I was dropping her off before she was about to get out of the car, I was like, about to get out and hug her goodnight. She's like,
so what were you gonna tell me?
So I was like, no, I love you.
Yes! Like, I love you too! The whole time I was like, oh my gosh, like I've loved you and stuff. I've just been waiting for you to say that you love me. And our proposal story.
Proposal story. Alright.
So I got a text from my two friends, or from one of my friends, Regina. And they're like, so Nano, you feeling Panda Express? I was like, yeah, sure, like I love Panda Express, let's go. So then we went over to Panda Express and we were eating, catching up on live. And then out of nowhere, one of his friends, he came in with a rose and a note and just dropped it off without saying a word and just walked out. And I was like, what? like, what is this? And then everybody in Panda Express was staring, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what? Oh my gosh, like, it's tonight. He's gonna propose tonight. Yeah, it's gonna happen tonight. And then we went over to Adams Park.
Our first
And then that's,
date.
yeah. So that's when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, like, we're just reenacting our first date.
Yeah.
We went over
There's
there,
another
and then,
friend there with a rose and another note.
We were like, we gotta go to Charlie's next, because I was like, yep, this
Ice
is our
cream
first
place,
date,
yeah.
where we ate ice cream. And another one of his friends, Branson, is there. He gives me a rose and a note. He's like, yep, here you go.
See ya.
Walks out.
They were all coming to the
Okay.
temple where we were at after they'd leave. So
Yeah.
like drop it off and then drive to the temple.
So then they took me over to Stadium 8. And I was like, what? Why are you guys taking me here? And then Austin was there holding
You
a
think
rose
you're
and
gonna have to
note.
watch the whole movie?
No, I hope not. But then I was like, oh yeah, this is where we got our first kiss. Like, oh my gosh, like this is what we did when we had our first kiss. And then that's when they drove up to the temple. And then I walked out and I saw him.
Yeah.
And as I was walking towards him, I like, saw my whole family.
Whole family's kinda in the
and
back.
his whole family.
Was there on the fountain?
Yeah, they were all
And then
by
I was
the
up on the
fountain.
steps and I had 12 roses.
Yeah,
And then
12 white roses.
and I proposed to her at the temple.
Hi, Zach. I can't wait to spend eternity with you and to spend the rest of my life growing up and getting old with you. That's my message to you.
Alright, Nano. You've known for a long time. I've known for a long time, like I said, since like the first week I've told you. I love you more than anything. I can't wait for January 16th. I can't wait to be able to call you my wife and to spend every day with you. You're everything I ever wanted. You're amazing. I love everything about you. I promise to always take care of you. I promise to love you every day. Even if we fight or have a disagreement, I promise to be the one to make it right. I'm really excited to be a part of your family as well. Be with Viliami and Kasaya and the rest of your siblings. It's been awesome getting to know them and getting another family. My family loves you. You're like a daughter to them and have been for a long time. So everything's just perfect. We're perfect for each other. I know that God, I think of it like this, God sent me to New Zealand. I was served around Tongan people. I developed a love for Tongan people. And I feel that that was preparatory to meeting you and your family. And I know that God has a plan for both of us. And as we do everything we can to remember God in our lives, well, I know we'll have a successful marriage, and I'm excited for that. I love you so much, Nana. I'm excited for January 16th.